DoD's draft environmental impact statement of the Guam military buildup was so inadequate in the eyes of the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency that they recommended that it be, quote, formally revised and made available for public comment in a supplemental or revised draft EIS. In other words, they recommended that it be revised and re-released in its draft form before even considering working on the final EIS. To meet the requirements of the NEPA Act, DoD must release a draft EIS, allow for comments, then release a final EIS before signing a record of decision. The Joint Guam Program Office, or JGPO, which is tasked with overseeing the military buildup, acknowledged the deficiencies of their DEIS in a response they sent via email. JGPO states, quote, "The Guam military buildup EIS is one of the most complex EISs ever undertaken by DoD. Although we have worked closely with EPA and other federal and local agencies during the development of the draft EIS, we fully anticipated that formal agency comments would point out deficiencies and areas requiring revision," end quote. Military buildup Chairwoman Senator Judy Gutherts commends the U.S. EPA for its comments as they reflect many of the concerns that the people of Guam and its leaders have been voicing all along.
Well, I think they should pay attention. It's not just the local government now that has expressed concerns regarding the plans for the buildup. Now federal entities are doing the same thing, and that's a good sign. That's a good sign.
Although JGPO states in its email that a whole-of-government approach is needed to address Guam's existing civilian infrastructure issues, Senator Judy Gutherts says they should have done that from the start.
And the problem from the very beginning is that the military did not work with the community here, the leaders in the community here, on an equal basis at the table to talk about this buildup.
Vice Speaker B.J. Cruz, who has been critical of the entire buildup process, says the U.S. EPA's comments renews his faith in the federal government.
I'm glad to know that there is an agency that's watching out for the environment and realized and really affirms everything that I've been saying about the DEIS, that it was inadequate.
The Vice Speaker believes that the U.S. EPA's findings will force DoD to start the DEIS from scratch.
I think this is really going to put the brakes on this whole process, because this is, as somebody put it, it's not just stepping on the brakes. This is pulling on the handbrakes and taking the key out of the ignition.
JGPO, on the other hand, states, quote, "The Department of Defense is seriously evaluating all comments received on the draft EIS and is determining how best to address these issues in the final EIS," end quote. Clint Rogel, PNC News.